I'm for Donald Trump.
All right, what do you think of Trump? What do you think of these statements? He's
Especially,
saying statements that you agree with, but he's saying them in a way that's even harsher than you do.
I thought it was nice when he said, and I assume some of them are fine people.
Some of them are fine people.
I loved that.
The ones who aren't rapists and thieves and whatever.
Right, and by the way, he did get an advance copy of my book. He's getting all that spicy stuff about Hispanic gang rapists from moi.
So are you going to announce your support of him here?
No, I mean, it's not a surprise. I've said this 1 million times. I'm always haranguing Republicans. Do not go for the novelty candidates. It's going to be a governor or a former governor. Don't go for Ben Carson or Carly or Herman Cain.
But those are flavors. People love those flavors, you know.
Right, but Democrats should go for the novelty candidates. Republicans shouldn't be wasting their time on someone who isn't going to be the nominee. But in this one case, I actually do support at least Trump's running. Usually I say, why are you doing this? You're taking energy and money away from our real...
Did you support him before he made those statements or after he made those statements?
Oh, totally. After,
yeah.
Because, I can't pretend to think that he's going to be our nominee, but he's at least forcing the media to talk about this. I mean, without him doing this, there would be no question in the presidential debates about immigration. It would be gay marriage, abortion, global warming. Can we talk about the #1 issue in the country?
But if you're a Republican and you're trying to take baby steps to gain the favor of Latino votes, he just ruined your chance here.
No, I think your premise is incorrect. I think the Republicans are stupid, and they're doing the stupid thing they always do, which is obsessing with some Democratic constituency. Why aren't we constantly asking Democrats, what are you going to do to get more of the evangelical vote? You know, you guys are getting slaughtered by evangelicals. You really got to reach out to them. And how about gun rights supporters? Democrats, you're not going to get any more of the gun rights support. Don't go for the people who are voting for the Democrats anyway. Expand your base.
We're going to jump you around a little bit again because we want you to comment on a few other things. The Supreme Court decision on gay marriage.
Last week, yeah.
Well, not only that, but another upholding of Obamacare and a shocking one case because of these other cases, one case that wasn't talked about. It's unbelievable. It's a Section 8 case. Not only do poor people get a $2,000 voucher free from the government, but now they're allowed to say, well, thanks for that, but I don't want to live in this neighborhood. I want to live in this nicer, more affluent neighborhood. That's what ruined Ferguson, by the way. It was Section 8 housing. You had whites and upper middle class blacks escaping the crime of St. Louis, moving to Ferguson, and then the government says we're going to put a bunch of low-income Section 8 housing. Well, now the recipients of the welfare themselves can say, no, I'd like a nicer, free neighborhood.
And what about the Supreme Court decision on gay marriage?
Well, all of them, none of this would have happened but for immigration. That's why my book and immigration is the most important issue. Without the post-1970 immigration, well, I should say, when is the last time Democrats have gotten a majority of white people to vote for them in America?
1948.
Bingo.
All right.
Except for the 64 landslide.
Okay.
So that's, but for all of the new immigrants coming in who are voting 8-2 for the Democrats, Obama never would have been elected president. Kagan and Sotomayor wouldn't have been on the court. I am making an important point. Al Franken would never have been elected. He was elected with not only stealing votes, but the votes of 50,000 Somalis who have recently been dumped on the country when they weren't off fighting with ISIS. Nothing is as important as immigration.
Do you remember in history in New York when they said all these Irish were coming in and they're voting for Democrats?
Yeah, they were right.
Huh?
No, what they said was they're criminals. No, in fact, wait, let me answer that. This is very important because I heard George Pataki saying this, they said it about my people, the Irish. Yeah, and by the way, Ben Franklin said it about the Germans too. They were right, and that's what shaped up the Irish. The Catholic priests were saying, sober up and go home. And it was the same thing with the Italians. But now, we're not allowed to criticize immigrants. So not only are we bringing in immigrants from as different cultures as possible, but it's a hate crime to ask them to assimilate. It's like it's the worst combo platter you could possibly have.